Rest your mind in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Om Namah Shivaya. I bow to the inner light. Call and response. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 One last time. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire a strong desire for the knowledge that alleviates pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let's come to standing. We'll begin with a mantra for purification, to purify the space, the ground, and all the psychic channels within. If you know it, feel free to chant it along with me. If you don't, just think about the intention of purification and you derive all the benefits as though you were chanting. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Pandrikacham Sabaya Bihantraha Suchi. Two more times, all in one, each one in one breath. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Pandrikacham Sabaya Bihantraha Suchi. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Pandrikacham Sabaya Bihantraha Suchi. Release the arms. Stand with the feet about 10 inches apart. Spiritual breathing. Establish a deeper connection with the divine within. Bring the arms up, the palms slightly facing up. As I count to 8, breathe from the fingertips down through the arms into the spiritual heart. Hold all the attention and the benefits at the heart. Hold the breath. First count to 6. Exhale for count of 8. Just the breath leaves back out through the fingertips. Everything else stays within. Inhale down into the heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold everything in the heart. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale up the arms. Just the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. Feel as though you're a big magnet pulling everything the best of the best that you need from the universe down into the heart. Hold it all in the heart. 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the fingertips. Keep everything within the heart except for the breath. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, draw in everything you need from the universe. Holding it all in the heart. Suspend the breath. Exhale out through the arms. Bring the arms down now, and let's begin the exercises. Move the head in circles. Watch the body moving by itself. Imagine you're the witness. All the movements fluid, as though you're watching yourself in a dream. Everything is graceful and fluid when you watch yourself in the dreams. And then change directions. Make the scene pleasant for the observer. So always do your best, put the best effort forward. Good. And now circle the arms backwards, as the shoulders, I should say. Good. And then forward roll. Now from here, just swing your arms back and forth. Try to get the arms behind the ears. Cross the arms across the chest now. Throw the arms back. Alternate across each time. Next one. Bring the arms over the head. Throw the body down on the exhale. Allow the breathing to just oxygenate the blood and aerate the lungs. One more, just stay hanging down. Allow the body to start bouncing. And then roll your way back up. So we're going to go from side to side now. Right arm up, inhale. Exhale, go to left. Left arm up, inhale. Go to the right, continue. One more set on each side. And back. Now stack your arms on top of one another, Kapalabhati. So you just concentrate on the exhale, push the belly button towards the front of the spine. The inhale happens as a cause of the pressure from the exhale. So going from side to side as you twist. Exhale. And release. Next one, lion's breath. We're going into a squat. As you do so, open your eyes wide and just allow your tongue to hang out of your mouth. It's good for releasing tension. Go ahead, 8 times. And back up. Shake out the wrists as fast as you can. Fingers flying, and then up and down. Good. Raise the arms over the head, press the palms up, inhale, lift up off your heels, exhale, come back, rock back on the heels. Inhale, shift your weight forward, back and forth, coming onto your toes, and then back onto your heels. Keep pushing up to the heels, your palms. Good, inhale, lift, exhale, back, drop the tailbone, rise up again and down. 2 more times. Back on the heels. One last time. Push into your toes and back. Lift the toes and release. Drop the arms down. Come to the top of the mat. Hands to the heart center. We're doing Surya Namaskar now. Close the eyes for a moment. Come back to the intention of offering up the practice. Imagine all yogis with you practicing all at once to deliver benefits to all beings everywhere. Be part of that intention of offering. Let's stay together, stay in a collective mind. Reach the arms up over the head. Come down, hands to the ground, chest to the thighs, but bend your knees if you need to. Right foot back into lunge. Lower the knee, lift the chest. Come into high plank, lower down the knees and bring the feet all the way back like you're going into child's pose. Then brush your nose glands, you come forward, pull with your arms, bring your body right between the arms, bring your head back. Come all the way back, seat behind your heels. And again, glide forward between your arms, coming up with the chest high, the head back, and coming all the way back. One last time, pull the body forward gracefully between the arms with power, and back over the toes into downward facing dog this time. Allow the heart to sink towards the ground. Look to the hands, bring the right foot forward. If that was a little bit difficult, bring the back knee down and move the right foot between your hands if it didn't make it all the way. Feet together, chest to the thighs, head down. Come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Reach up over the head, press the hips forward, lengthen the front of the body. Come down now. Again, bend your knees as much as you need to bring your chest on the ground, on the thighs, and bring the left foot back this time. High plank, lower the knees down, the seat all the way back. Glide forward into your cobra. All the way back, seat behind the heels, 2 more times. Come forward, make like a snake moving through the grass. Come all the way back. One last time, starting flat and coming up like a wave on the ocean, and cresting, the head comes up. Roll over the toes, back into downward facing dog. Then the left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet come together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come up, hips forward again for balance, and bring the hands back to the heart. The Surya Namaskara sequence now, just flowing from one pose to the other like you're doing a dance. Right leg back, into the plank, down we go, Ashtanga Namaskara, chest and chin to the ground, and glide forward into your cobra. Roll over the toes, back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Right foot again steps forward, left foot joins, bow to the legs. Come up, Panamasana. And up again. Watch the body moving with grace, with power. Bury your mind deep in the heart, the body moves with even more ease and grace. Left foot back, into the plank, lower down. Then come forward into your cobra. Right back, Adho Mukha Savasana. Left foot steps. Right foot joins. Press the body to the thighs, head down. Come all the way up to standing. Return home. Different variation this time. Reach the arms up, just adding on. Fold down. And then bend the knees so you can bring your chest right on your thighs. Interlace your fingers behind the back. Inhale, pull the chest forward towards the knees. Exhale, send the arms over the head. Push the seat up and back. Body presses against the legs. If you need to, keep your knees bent so that your body doesn't leave the thighs. And then swing your arms down, place them beside your feet. Right foot back, lower the knee down. Inhale, come up with the arms this time. Bring the arms behind the head, a little bit of a crescent moon. And then bring the hands back. Step back into plank, lower down Ashtanga Namaskara. And again, scoop through into upward, into cobra, back into downward facing dog. Right foot quietly steps forward to the hands. Sink the seat, raise your arms above the head, stretch, and bring the hands back. Send the feet back together, keep the knees bent, so again landing your chest on your thighs, arms over the head, exhale, or back and then over the head on the exhale. And then bring the arms back down onto alongside the body and all the way up over the head. Hands back to the heart. One movement just melts into the other. Reach up and back. Fold down. Bending the knees, chest to the thighs. Pull the hips up and then go deeper, pushing the body into your thighs, the head down. Bring the hands back down, onto the back and onto the ground. Left foot back. Lower the knee. Raise your arms over the head. Arch the back. And bring the hands back down. Step back. High plank. Lower down. Ashtanga Namaskara. Glide through every movement reflecting humility and surrender. All the way back into downward facing dog. And the left foot steps forward, back knee down. Raise your arms over the head. And then back down. Feet together, Uttanasana. Bend the knees. Extend the arms back, behind, and then pull them over the head. The seat comes up, the head comes down. Bring the hands back down onto the back, and then swing them forward all the way over the head. Back in front of the heart. And one more variation. Reach the arms up and back. Come down, hands to the ground. From here, push into your hands, lift your heels, shift your weight forward towards your shoulders, come over the fingertips. Lift up the feet, bend your elbows, and then just glide back or walk back, hovering just above the ground. And then push with your hands, come forward into upward facing dog. If you can, the knees and the hips are up off the ground. Now, pull the shoulders back, extend the neck out of the shoulders. Make like a wolf howling at the moon. Stretch from the toes right up to the chin. Push back push into your hands, send the seat up and back. Now feel like a dog stretching the back of the body. Push the chest towards the ground, the top of the head coming towards the ground, or even rest on the ground if you can. Belly towards the thighs. Getting ready to come forward, lift the heels, look at the space between your hands. This is where you want to land your feet. So either walk or jump forward lightly. Chest your thighs, head down. Come all the way up to standing, arch back if you feel comfortable. Bring the hands back to the heart. One last time like that. Arms up over the head, watch the body moving by itself. Calming down, you are not the body. Lift the head, shift your weight forward, shoulders in front of the fingertips, push into your hands, and then come back lightly into upward facing dog. Again, hold it for a moment. Come into consciousness of a wolf, the mighty wolf, howling at the moon. Back into downward facing dog. Stretching its back like a playful dog. Bounce a little bit through the chest. Tap the head to the ground, or allow it to rest there if you like. Flatten out the arms. Then lift the heels, bend the knees, prepare to come forward to the hands. Landing lightly. And then pull the body in towards the legs, head down. Come all the way up to standing, arch back, hips forward. To counterbalance the arch and to keep the balance. Bring the hands back to the heart. Stand tall in Tadasana and Pranamasana. Inhale from the heart to the third eye. Establish yourself deep within your divinity. Exhale, keep the divinity. Keep establishing it. It is divine spark that resides in every being in the spiritual heart. So remain firmly in it. Release the arms. Good. So try some poses now. Pull the body down over the legs, bend your knees, and then take hold of the backs behind the knees of the elbows. See if you can push the body against the legs, straighten your legs gradually. Those who are flexible might get the seat all the way over the heels in a straight line. Keep on trying to wiggle your chest down so that your armpits are right beside or a little bit beyond your knees. Imagine your chest moving beyond the knees. If you can press the forehead to the shins, close to the ankles. Lift the seat again a little bit more. Feel the stretch in the backs of the legs. Now place the hands down in front of the feet. Lift up your heels and then just rest the shins on the backs of the upper arms. The knees are right in the armpits. And then If you feel comfortable, you can just bear weight on your legs, flex your toes, and see if you can lift your toes up. If you're more proficient at the pose, keep your arms straight, bring your toes up towards your seat. Try to straighten your arms a little bit more. It's this crane pose. If you need to, you keep your toes on the ground, you squeeze the outside of the arms, bend your arms so that your body can sit on the arms a little bit more easy. Your arms are like a shelf. Keep flexing your toes to keep your core muscles engaged. Good. From here, you can either jump back into chaturanga if you know that version, or just place your feet down and come back into chaturanga. And now, push into your hands, make your way into upward facing dog. Knees again and hips off the ground if you can. If it's too much, just rest your hips on the ground and your legs. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out, soften. Left foot steps to the hands, back knee down. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, bring the seat all the way forward to the front heel. Hands on the front knee. Inhale, lift. Push the belly button forward. Bring the head, the chest up and the head back. Just drop your shoulders away from the ears. You want to find the legs in the lower back. Curl the tail under. Try to create space. Lift the rib basket up away from the hips. And then circle your arms up. Kapyasana if you can. Join your hands together in Kali Mudra. Wiggle your shoulders back and forth. Get the arms behind the ears. Imagine trying to get your index fingers over the back toe. Of course, you stay higher if according to your condition. Reach back if you feel comfortable. Extend out of the hips. If you're more flexible and more balanced, more advanced, you can try to bring your back foot up. Imagine you're squeezing socks behind your knees. Your head might eventually find the foot. Break the pose. Bring the hands back down at the front knee. Lift upright a little bit more. Turn to the right. Extend the arms out to the side. Sukha Virabhadrasana. Shoulders level with the ground. Then from here, just tip down, left hand comes to the ground, right arm up. Press the shoulder against the knee, right arm straight up. If you want, take a half bind or full bind. Right arm circles around the back of the body, lift the body, slip your hand in between your thigh and your body and press the thigh back. Right shoulder moves back. If you want, you can try to take a full bind. So you have to lower the shoulder a little bit more so the whole arm comes underneath the leg. And maybe your left hand will find the right wrist. Tug on the arm, try to get the right shoulder back. If you want to go further, you can either lift the back knee up off the ground, come into Parsvakonasana, stay low in this stance with the right leg bent, left leg bent, or straighten out the left leg, bound triangle. Just check out these postures, trying to find your comfortable edge. Always move towards your comfortable edge. Do your best. And then release. Bring the hands down to the ground, hips and shoulders forward, lower the back knee down. So we'll do it facing the other direction here. Left leg's in front, right arm up. From here, take the right hand to the outside of the knee, and then lean back, take the left hand to the inside of the heel. Inhale, push the lower back in, exhale. Keep pressing against the knee and the foot to offer you a little bit of a resistance as you twist. Keep your body upright. This is very easy for you. Next progression, right arm up. Come all the way down, the armpits against the knee. Hands in prayer. Left hand pushes into the right. Try to get the center of the chest to the thumbs. And then roll the left shoulder all the way back. Left hip moves back and moves forward. Chest up on the exhale. If you want to take a bind, move the left hip back a little bit, elbows in the space underneath the knees. You can slip your hand in between, underneath. Left arm goes over the back. Join your hands underneath the belly. You can stay here or try variations. Right knee comes up off the ground. Turn a little bit more. If you want to go even deeper, front leg straightens, right foot walks in a little bit more, and then you spin on your feet so the toes are facing along the edge of the mat. The seat comes up. If it's too much to take a bind, just bring your hands back to prayer position. Keep your head down, the seat high. And release. Turn back towards the front. Left foot moves out to the outside of the mat. Right foot slides back and then push back and forth off the toes. Good. And then press the right heel back, lower the knee, flatten out the toes. Roll to the right. If your shoulder is about the same height as the knee or lower, you might be able to get the right forearm down. Roll back to the left and get the left forearm down. Or just stay on your left hand or on both hands. This is a modification. Keep drawing your chest forward. If you're on your forearms and you're very flexible, you can come right down onto your belly. And if you're there, you can take variations on the outside side or left arm again. Snaking underneath the leg, over the body, just against the hip, and join your hands over the back. Make like a sleeping lizard. Do not blink, just like the lizard. Remain still. Now breaking the pose. Coming back onto the hands. All right, a different variation, a different addition this time. Some of you know it, however. Spear pose. So do this way, facing this way. You come back, bring your seat down low again, rest your left arm on your left knee. If you can, you bring the right foot up, press it towards the seat. And if your seat is low, you have the balance, you reach across, you take the foot in your left hand and you reach the right arm up. Kuntasana, spear pose. Those who are quite advanced, eventually lift your body up a little bit so you can tuck your foot underneath the rib basket. And then you can extend both arms. You have to be very, with your seat low in this pose. So be mindful of your calves, your thighs here, your foot. Break the pose. Release the foot. Come back into plank position. Lower down the knees, chest and chin to the ground. Make your way into cobra pose. Bring the hips, press the hips down, but lift everything up. Head back. Modify as you need to. Come back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now right foot steps forward to the hands. Kapiyasana. Hands to the knees. Inhale, lift to the chest. Exhale, lean away from the leg. Bring the head back. So you try to get extension. The belly button comes forward, the chest comes up. When you're ready, take your arms up over the head. Kapiyasana. Crescent moon. Try to pull your shoulders back behind the ears. Make it an offering. Again, if you want, sometimes it helps bring your fingertips by the side to bring the back foot up. Make like you're squeezing socks behind the knees. Keep getting lifts from your head. And then maybe the foot and the head will come together. And then the hands come up again. Break the pose. Left foot comes down. So do another angle this time. Turn to the left. Bend the toes under on the left foot, arms out to the side, Sukha Virabhadrasana. Tuck the tailbone. Take on the consciousness of warrior, strong and mighty. Tip down. The right hand comes down, left arm up. Take the left shoulder all the way back. If you want to go further, take half bind, lift up, slip your hand in between your body and your thigh, press into your inner thigh, left shoulder moves back, or move into the full bind. See where my shoulder lands? Right just against the knee, so the whole right arm can come underneath the leg. And then left hand is held, or wrist is held by the right hand. Straighten out the arm if you can, tug yourself on the arm. Go deeper, bring the back knee up off the ground, Paschimottanasana. Stay low, seat on the same line as the knee, or straighten out the leg, front leg. Left hip moves back, head moves towards the ground. Break the pose. Unbind if the bind. Left knee comes down. Bend the toes under. The legs are like a box. The right knee is just over the back knee, is over the heel. Left arm up. Turn to the right, and then lean back. Press the right hand to the inside of the left heel. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, turn to look over your right shoulder. Shoulders back. You may stay or move to the next progression if you like. Left arm up, go to the outside. Land your armpit right on the outside of the thigh. Join your hands. And if your hands are by the shoulder, keep pushing down, right hand to the left until your chest comes up. Center of the chest comes to your thumbs, and roll the right shoulder all the way back. If you want, take a bind. Hands bind underneath the belly. Option to take the left knee up off the ground. Push back through the right heel, left heel. Alternatively, revolve triangle, look down, left foot slides in a little bit, spin on your feet so your feet are facing the long edge of the mat. If it's too much to take the bind, come back into prayer. Head stays down. Break the pose. Come out of the bind. If you have it, turn forward. Right foot moves out to the edge of the mat. And then start to rock back and forth. Get low to the ground. Try to get your hips to come down right as flat as they can towards the ground. And then left knee comes down. Flatten out the toes. Roll towards the left. Left forearm down. Roll towards the right. Make sure the knee's not popping away from the body. Move the foot out if you need to keep your knee against the shoulder. Modify as you need to by staying on your hands, or alternatively, if you're very flexible, get the chest on the ground. Arms out to the side, or snake the right arm underneath the knee. Hand comes over the back, and left hand and right hand come together. Hold the left wrist with the right hand. Break the pose. Going back onto your hands. Step back into plank. Lower knees, chest and chin down. Right into upward facing dog or cobra. Make sure you don't lose your neck. Pull the shoulders down. Back the neck should be without wrinkles if you can. Same with the lower back. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, going into side plank. Move your left hand towards the right, more in front of the nose. Spin on your feet so you can keep your right foot a little bit in front of your left, or you can stack your feet on top of another if you like. Lift the hips up. Press the hips forward. Make sure you don't collapse into your shoulders. So you don't sink into your shoulder. Keep your arms straight. Hips are high. Come back. Go to the other side. Move the right hand more towards the left and then spin towards the left. Again, press your hips forward. Make like you're being a kite, being blown from behind by the wind. Come back to downward facing dog. One more time, one more round on each side. This time, if you like, you can move your left hand towards the right. I'll do it this way, another angle. Move into your side plank, but then slide your right toes back, push into your toes, and lift your head and you flip your head and chest up, and your hips up. Stay strong through the arm. If you're very flexible, you might be able to spin on your hand. Fingers facing towards the middle of the mat, and left foot slips in beside the right. Urdhva Dhanurasana. And then back. Again, you smear your left hand to the mat, your fingers again face long edge of the mat. Keep your hips high, your arm extended to return to downward facing dog. Go right to the other side from here. Watch the body moving gracefully into your plank. If you like, slip your left toes back, lift your hips, and then maybe if you keep spinning your hand on your heel or your palm, fingers facing the long edges of the middle of the mat, you bring your feet and your hands alongside one another. Coming back, extend the right leg a little bit. Again, push into your heel, your palm, fingers facing the middle of the mat, and return. Downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. From here, lift the heels, bend the knees. You can either jump your feet to the hands or walk. Utkatasana. Bend your knees, hips to the same line as the knees, arms forward, like you're sitting in a chair. You be able to see the whole front of the feet. Engage your lower body, squeeze your thighs and your shins. Raise the arms. Now be fierce in the pose. This is called fierce pose, so embody that fierceness. The mind never changes, it stays quiet. Bring your hands together, interlace the fingers, press heels, your palms up, pull the arms back behind the head, thunderbolt, push the chest forward. And press all the way up. Lift up, bring the hands back to the heart. Standing tall again. Breathe in from the heart space up to the third eye. Exhale back to the heart. Remain in your intention to offer everything up. Release the arms. So we're going to move into some standing poses now. Start off with ballet pose. Standing firm on your left foot. Take the right knee up and hold the inside of the heel. The thumb is behind the heel. You can take the knee out to the side if you like. Extend the left arm if you can. You eventually want to straighten the leg. Lean a little bit away from the leg. Arch the back, look up a little bit if you're able to. The toes and the fingers on the same line. If it's too much, you just hold the knee out to the side. Okay. Option here to release the foot. Try not to let the foot drop. So keep engaging the leg. Stay strong. Stay lifted. Let go of the foot. And then bring the leg down. Release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Other leg now. Standing firm on the right foot. Start again. Pick a point of focus in front, maybe on the ground. Build the pose. Lift up through the heart. Take your modifications as you need to. And get ready to let go of the foot if you're doing that variation. So keep your legs strong, keep the muscles engaged. Let go of the foot. Try not to let it drop. Slowly lower down. And release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Next pose. Dancer, Natarajasana. Standing on your left foot, raise the right arm up. Different variations here. Bring the right foot up, take hold of the ankle, and then pull it back behind. Bring the thigh level to the ground. You can take your left arm in front. So standing tall, the chest forward, the head high. Push the foot away from the head. If you want to try, go a little bit deeper. You move even your hand closer to the knee. Come forward a little bit. Be very flexible. You might be able to eventually get your legs straight. So this is why you bring your hand closer to the knee for this variation. Keep your gaze forward. Soften the standing leg. Come back down. Take a moment here, close the eyes. Don't worry about the results. Let go of all expectations. Just visualize yourself in the pose. Offer it up. Try it again on the other side. Right arm up. Stepping firmly on the right foot. Lift the left foot up. I like it. Bring it in front so you can take hold of the ankle a little bit easier. And then pull the foot back. Thigh level with the ground. Arms straight ahead. Push the foot away from the head. Or go deeper. Come forward a little bit. Keep your chest lifted. If you want, hold closer to the knee and see if you can straighten the leg a little bit more. So your legs eventually look like a split. Come back up, bend the knee, and release. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. One more standing pose. Separate your feet. Toes are on the outside of the mat. Bend your knees so your knees come over the toes. The Dharma's doing this one a lot lately. This is called the hero sequence. Okay, so it's a few poses actually. Bring your hands to the seat. Push your hips forward and then press into the seat and pull down. As you do this, the chest lifts, the legs straightens. Bring the head back. If you want, you can slide right hand down, grip just below the knee, and then the other hand. Now roll the thighs, rotate the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. If you're very flexible, you might be able to walk your hands further down towards the floor. Coming back one hand at a time, throw on the legs, right hand on the right side of the seat, left hand on the left side of the seat. Press into the seat, pull down and come up. Walk your feet out a little bit more. Arms up to the side. Hinge forward. Take hold of the outer shins, or if you can step on your fingers with the edges of the feet. Extend to the top of the head. Exhale, pull in. Try to get your head and your body in the same line as the legs. Keep your legs straight if you can. If you're more flexible, walk your feet in a little bit more and still try to get your head on the ground. Arms out to the side, press into the feet, come back up. Again, go into your back bend. Adjust your feet, heel toe your feet in again a little bit. Press into your seat, push the chest up. Lift the hips and go back. Bend your knees a little bit more. As you get lower and flat, if you're flat and you can see your mat, you might be able to take one hand up. Do this with mindfulness. If you already know how to do this, you may proceed and go into Urdhva Dhanurasana. If not, if it freaks you out, then of course, don't go to a place of anxiety in your mind or pain in your body. Remember, it's an offering. This is not what you want to offer. If you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, take one hand up, push into the fingertips, bring one hand back to the leg, and then the other hand, and walk your way back up onto the seat, one hand at a time, walking slowly and come back up. Bring your hand in front of the heart. Inhale from the heart space to the third eye. Exhale back down to the heart. Again, inhale from the heart to the third eye. Exhale back down to the heart. Keep reestablishing that strong connection between you and divinity, the highest self. And release. So we're going to come down onto the mat now. Headstand inversions. If you don't have a headstand, you can do hare pose. Forehead on the ground, hands beside the feet, and lift up the seat as much as you can, hips over the knees, so you're rolling on the top and towards the back of the head. If it's too much to come on the back of the head, of course, come a little bit, don't go up as much, just stay on the top of the head. Bring all your attention to the space between your eyebrows. If you feel comfortable, you can go into your headstand. If you know the variations, go ahead. Or halfway, teddy bear. Your hands not beside the head, in front where you can see them. Arms at right angles. Walk your feet towards the body and just press just underneath the knees against the elbows. And then see if you can lift one toe and then the other. Dance from toe to toe. And then eventually you might be able to keep flexing your toes and get both feet up off the ground. Suspend yourself there. Eventually you move a little bit closer your knees onto your arms, your upper arms. If you're all the way up, keep very still. All the attention at the space between the eyebrows. So hum. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. I am you, you are me. Good. Now, depending where you're at, if you're on your forearms, for instance, you can see if you can take your head up off the ground. So push into the forearms. You can come into a tuck or split your legs a little bit easier. And then just push into your arms and bring your head up. Come towards your fingers. Keep pushing with the leading foot that's behind your head. You might be able to keep your balance a little bit better. And then make your way down. Slowly try not to fall out of the pose with a hard landing. Come out with mindfulness and control. And then just rest in child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. All fatigue. Roll your way up. Find your way onto your back. Make sure you have room behind your mat so you're sitting more in the middle of the mat or towards the front end so that when you go into shoulder stand, you are still on your mat. Okay? From here, to come into shoulder stand, bring your arms beside your body, palms down, lift your legs. Keep pushing into your arms until the seat comes up. Keep pushing into your seat until your hips come over your shoulders. Maybe the feet will land behind your head. And then walk your hands, your arms close together, wiggle your shoulders so that your arms are behind your back. And you can interlace your fingers. Try to get your heels, your palms together. You can stay here if this is where you want to stay, or you bring your hands onto your back, your fingers facing up towards the ceiling. You can come up with one leg or both legs at a time. Try to get your toes over the chin, your arms right behind your back. If you want to take a lotus, bring your feet a little bit over your head a little bit again. Use your hands if you need to make your way into lotus. If you're right onto the shoulders, you can bring your hands to the knees. Try to get your knees, if you're lotus, as high as you can. So higher than the hips. All these are variations. Go to a place where you can remain steady and comfortable. Back to your Soham meditation. Inhale, So, from the heart to the third eye. Exhale, Hum, back to the heart. Getting ready to come into Pindasana. If you have a lotus, embryo pose. You bring your thighs against the body. You can keep your hands on your back, or if you can, you wrap your arms around the legs. Join your hands underneath the seat. If your legs are straight, plow pose or Karnapidasana. Your thighs come against the body, knees on either side of the head. Go within, beyond the body and the mind. If you have a lotus, release the lotus. Well, we're going to come down into normal fish. Take your arms behind your back. Thumbs close together. You might be able to cross them. And then come down slowly. Keep your legs close to the body. Land your seat on the hands. Keep bringing your legs down. Once the feet are down, push into the lower arms. Lift the chest. Walk your fingers further forward towards your feet. Push your chest up as high as you can. And then land the top of the head close to the seat. If you can, chest is high. Imagine trying to get your shoulders to touch the ground. Back of the shoulders. Charge the legs. Now flying fish, keep your head where it is. Take your hands out from underneath. If you like, actually raise your legs first, 45 degrees if you can. Well, that means if you want, you can slide your hands out from underneath. Bring the arms in front of the legs at the same angle, the palms together. Now Bhastrika breath. Breathe very fast in the nose. Lower the legs and come out of the pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax completely. Good. Now from here, slide your left foot in a little bit. Bring the right leg up, ankle grasp. Take the right ankle, pull the right knee on the shoulder, and then stretch the leg, pull the foot towards the head. If you can straighten out the left leg. You're very flexible. You try to get to your leg, your foot to come right down beside your head. Now you bring the right foot back up over the knee. Half happy baby pose. Just allow the knee to just drop out to the right underneath the right arm. Good. Now you have a couple of options. You can just slip your hand to the inside the foot and push the foot out to the side like you're doing ballet pose, but on the ground, and the left arm can come out to the side so you don't roll with the leg over to the right. Otherwise, keep your heel over the knee, bring the right shoulder in front of the knee, and then anchor down the leg with the back of the arm, the shoulder. You're quite flexible. You can take your leg behind your head. Lift your head, slide your left foot in if you need to, and then pull on the foot. You have to get your knee to come up high as you can and behind, and then your leg can come behind the head. Then you can extend the left leg again if you like. Doesn't matter if it doesn't touch the ground. Breathe through the stretch. Take your attention to all those areas where you want to find release. That's where the prana will go, the vital force. Now release. Try it on the other leg now. Watch the left leg moving up. Take hold of the knee, take hold of the ankle, and then pull on the leg. Working progressively to get the leg to stretch out straight. And if you have enough flexibility, you might be able to bring your foot right down to the ground beside the head. Move according to your condition. And then half happy baby pose. Again, the knee is bent, the heel's over the knee. And just, you can use both hands, press on the sole of the foot and bring the left knee down, just underneath the arm. Options here to just take hold of the inside of the foot or the heel and bring the foot down towards the ground, or try to move your left shoulder in front of the leg. Push the knee up higher by pushing the shoulder up. Slide your right foot in if you need to, and then again pull the foot behind the head towards the ground, lift the head, and if you tug your foot towards the right, you might be able to eventually slip it behind the head. Always done in a mindful way. Your body, remember, is a vehicle that helps you carry out your mission of spreading love, so be kind to it to make it last longer, so it serves you well. Remember that everything's a journey. Just with constant practice, things will start to come, and without any attachment, release. Both legs down, breathe in, breathe out. Now come to seated position. All right, so we're going to now do Purvottanasana. If you have a lotus, make your way into lotus. You can do it two ways. I'll demonstrate the lotus one first. Make sure you have a nice tight lotus, your knees close together. Your fingertips are beside your seat. Take a half breath in and then push up. Try to get your hips as far forward as possible, your chest up. Okay, so you have to really press into your fingertips. That's option number one to come out of it. You keep pressing your fingertips, bring your chin back, and then keep pressing hard on your fingertips to lower yourself down so your fingers don't give away on you. Okay, if it's too much, you think your legs straight in front, knees bent a little bit, hands facing away, fingers facing away, and then lift up your chest, roll the thighs towards another, that you're knocking your knees together. You want to get your toes to the ground and your chest higher than the shoulders. The head back. If you're lotus, go into it now if you're not already, and then breathe very fast. lower down. Bring the seat back down. Pull the knees towards your body. Inhale. Deep breath in. Now, if you don't have any blood pressure or heart conditions or anything like that, hold the breath. Contract the root muscles, pull them up towards the navel, chin on the chest, and attention at the third eye. Exhale slowly. Breathe out. Now, Paschimottanasana. Bring your feet forward, sit forward a little bit, make sure strong connection through the sit bones. Reach up, hinge forward, and then pull the body towards, again, trying to get the sensation, you're trying to move your chest beyond the knees. Keep your knees bent if you need to. You can hold underneath the legs if that's your preference. So just be mindful of the condition of the hamstrings. Inhale. Extend the chest forward. Exhale, pour more weight onto legs. The attention is at the base of the spine. Bring your attention there. And imagine the spine lengthening with each inhale. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release. Coming into Hanumanasana now. Shift over onto your right side, press into your right hand, and swing the left leg back. If it doesn't make it all the way, some people might be able to go right into Hanumanasana from here if you're very flexible. Then go ahead and do this. Otherwise, keep your knee bent on your back leg. Come into Hanumanasana, Ardha Hanumanasana, first half, the half pose, bend the toes under, and then sink your seat all the way forward. You might need to scooch forward a little bit so you can slide your heel up off the mat. And then slide your hands back towards the hips so you stay more upright, shoulders over the hips. And then inhale, pulse, engage muscles, exhale, yield a little bit, soften, push like you're stretching the mat between your toes. And then come down gradually. If you're all the way down, you can do your variations. Bring your arms over the head. This is an expression of devotion, so embody the courage and the devotion of Hanuman. And then release. Lean forward. Roll to the right a little bit. Switch your legs. Left comes forward. And you can bend the right leg. And then make your way into this pose first. Start again. Try to get your hands right beside your seat. And then slowly slide out the front heel. Keep your hips even as you can. And square with the front end of the mat. Nice and mindfully. If you have blocks, you want to place something underneath your front thigh. All good. Move according to your condition. And if you're all the way down, flatten out the toes, point the toes, and come up with the arms. Gaze up. So again, in complete surrender and complete devotion to the highest self. Serve all beings. Make that the mission. Break the pose. Bring your hands to the inside of the left leg and swing your leg around. Come onto your stomach. Lie in your belly. Hands on your hands stacked, and then forehead on your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Starting with Cobra pose to come into the back bends. Lift. You can stay in Sphinx if you like. You can hold the front edge of the mat and tug the edges of the mat. Lift the elbows up gradually. Try to bring your chest up and your head back. Curve the spine. Extend the legs back. Reach the toes back. If you feel like you can, slowly start to walk your hands towards the body, your hips on the ground. If you're getting more flexible, you try to bring your hands right beside your hips. So come down a little bit, press into your fingertips, push up. So your shoulders come over the hips, open up your legs. You might be able to try a king cobra, the king of the serpents. Bring your legs up again, get the sensation that you're squeezing socks behind your knees. Keep your head high. Eventually maybe the foot will find the head. And as they do, you can place your hands, your heels, the palms back down. Just try your best, whatever variation or pose you're doing, offer it up. Come back down. Rest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. So from here, we're going to flip onto our backs. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Bring the heels close to the seat. Bring your fingertips beside the head, fingers facing away, equal distance apart. Lift up the seat, push into your fingertips, drag your head back so you land on the top of the head. Then turn your hands around, fingers facing slightly outwards and just in front of the head. Now you can stay here or take a half breath in, push into your hands and see if you can get your head up off the mat. And then you just play here. You can lift your heels, I should say. Walk your hands closer to the feet. Try to get your arms and your legs straighter. If you need a modification, you keep your shoulders on your mat, you do bridge pose, which I will demonstrate now. So if you're up, stay up. Work the pose. Bridge pose, if you need a modification, you feet are in the same place, alongside the hips, same line. Lift your hips and then walk your shoulders underneath. Arms are underneath the body, then chest comes to the chin. Tilt the pelvis forward so the tail curls under. If you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, stay there for another few breaths if you can. Practice stamina. And lower down slowly. Take your legs, actually just keep your feet where they are, just in front of the seat. Place your hands just on the tops of the thighs and lift your hips up. No back bend this time, just straight line from the shoulders to the knees. And slowly keep pushing into your thighs. Lower down slowly, starting at the upper back. Eventually when the seat lands, you keep pushing into your thighs. So you're trying to get your seat right against the heels. And then see if you can extend your spine a little bit more by wiggling your shoulders back up, flattening out the lower back. Then pull the knees up in towards the chest. Hold the shins, knees on against the shoulders, thighs pressing into the abdomen on either side. And bring your feet down beside your seat again. Walk them out to the edges of the mat. Arms up to the side. Drop both knees over to the right. Anchor down to the top of the left shoulder and try to find as long line as possible all the way down to the left knee. Right knee comes towards the ground as well. Shoulders flat. Fingers to fingers across the chest, a flat line as possible. And then move the knees back to the center and up, go to the other side. Feel stretch again from the top of the right shoulder all the way down throughout the body, right down to the right knee. No folds in the lower back. Curl the tail under. And release. Bring your legs out in front. Arms beside your body. This is just a mini Shavasana, just a few breaths here. Breathe in. Exhale, remove all fatigue. Allow it to just drop out of the body. Discard it like a garment. Inhale again. Exhale, imagine you're fainting. Let's remove all tension, all effort. Couple more times like that. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. And then make your way up to seated position slowly. We'll do some pranayama now before we go into relaxation. We're just going to do alternate nostril breathing. The count is 3, 12, 6. We're starting on the active nostril, which I'll show you in a minute. And then we're breathing through the active nostril. Close both sides of the nose, hold the breath, contract. In the breath retention, you apply the throat lock and a root lock. The throat lock, you bring the chest up as high as you can, the chin on the chest, the tongue behind your teeth to the upper palate. And at the same time, you contract the muscles of the perineum, the root muscles, pull them up towards the navel and suck in the navel, okay? So pull up and in. And your attention's at the third eye. Exhale through the less active, inhale back through the less active again. Close both sides of the nose, apply the locks, third eye focus, exhale through the left. So inhale for 3, hold for 12, exhale for 6 on both sides. To find the active nostril, fold the second and third fingers down, turn the palm towards you, it becomes the pranayama mudra. And then you block off one nostril and then breathe a couple times in and out. See which side seems more open. More open side is your active side. Left hand in Yana Mudra, second finger and thumb tips connected, other fingers straight, resting on your left knee. So sit up tall and straight now to prepare. Take a deep breath in, exhale completely, empty out the lungs. Close off the less active nostril, in my case it's the right side. Inhale through the left, 2, 3, hold the breath, plug both sides of the nose, apply the locks, third eye focus. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe out through the less active. Release the locks. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the less active. Big breath in. Hold the breath now. Apply the locks. Third eye focus. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe out through the active side. Release the locks. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the active. Hold the breath for 12. Remember the chest high, not the shoulders, the chest. Exhale through the less active side. Release the locks. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the less active for 3. Taking as much air as you can, then hold the breath so you can sustain yourself throughout the whole retention. 10, 11, 12. Breathe out through the active side. Inhale through the active. 3, hold for 12. Keep watching the space between the eyebrows. Exhale for 6, release the locks. Inhale, less active. Hold now. Chin on chest. Concentrate. Exhale through the active side. 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue on your own for a few more rounds. Make sure the face is relaxed. Keep the back straight. One more cycle after your current one. Remember to breathe in through the active side and breathe out through the active side to conclude. Once you've concluded, lie on the back. Prepare for Shavasana. Make your way into a very comfortable position. The arms and legs spread out, the palms facing up like you're making a gesture of receiving. Just prepare yourself mentally by reminding yourself that this is an active form of meditation. Say to yourself, I will remain awake and alert during the instructions. Now let's begin. On the left side, bring your attention to the left hand. Allow it to go limp. Suggest to it to just relax completely the fingers. Let's go limp. Back of the hand like dead weight, the palm facing up, no tension. And the wrist loose and inactive. Just feel bit by bit the whole left arm, starting from the wrist all the way up to the shoulder, just getting heavier and heavier. Through the act of relaxing it, letting go of all the effort, all the tension, all the resistance. And as it reaches the shoulder, it starts to go down the left side of the back, like ink coloring the water as it's injected into the water. It just starts to creep and curl all the way down through the shoulder blade area, feeling it, making it feel very, very heavy, sinking into the ground. Moving further down into the lower back, allowing the lower back to just be cushioned by the soft earth underneath. Then moving down through the side body into the hips now. The pelvis, the front of the pelvis spreading in front, but then going to the outside and to the left side of the seat as well. Feeling as though we're so heavy it could anchor down the body. And with the thigh next, when it moves in, the heaviness moves in, the body is most certainly anchored down, unmovable. Keep it creeping down the leg towards the foot and into the left foot. The heel and the roots of the toes are soft. Top of the foot is relaxed, no tension. And the toes all fall limply. And then all the way back to the right side, starting at the hand again. Same process of just letting go of the fingers first. All the attention goes to the fingers to allow them to just go limp. Your attention is like a magnet. It pulls all the vital force and the energy there. Set an intention or directive, and that's what the body will do. Respond to it. The back of the hand, the palm of the hand, just relax. The wrist as well. Just the hand becomes dead-like. And slowly start to bring that sensation of heaviness into the lower right arm. Comes all the way through up to the upper arm and into the shoulders. The whole arm is very much dead-like. And it moves from the shoulder joint. Once it reaches there, it just starts to course its way down the right side of the back. Same way. Just spreads gradually throughout the shoulder blades to make them feel heavy and heavier and heavier. And then down into the lower back region, down the side body, down into the pelvis joint. Feel the whole pelvis joint and the seat becoming very heavy, like lead. And then as the heaviness moves down into the thigh and the seat anchor down the body on the right side now. Keep moving the attention down the leg so as to bring more release into the lower leg now. Into the seat. Not the seat, the foot. And then the bottom of the foot and the heel become soft. The ankle just allows the heaviness to pass through. The front of the foot is completely relaxed, as are the toes, one by one. The whole foot feels heavy, dead-like. The whole body, in fact, from the chin down to the toes, released and relaxed from the outside. And on the inside, the organs are starting to slow down their activity as well. The lungs getting heavier and heavier as though they were filled with cement. The heart, the stomach, the intestines, the colon, and all the rest. coming to a place of quietness, barely just sustaining the functions of the body. They are moving so slow, these organs. The head is heavy on the mat. The scalp is soft and relaxed. The face also relaxed. No tension in the forehead, no signs of tension, no wrinkles. The cheeks and the eyes are soft as well, relaxed completely, neither squinting the eyes, not squinting the eyes. The mouth is slightly open and a little bit of a smile, so that the mouth is relaxed and within the mouth as well. No tightness. No clenching of the teeth, no grinding of the teeth. So the jaw can be relaxed as a consequence. And as you trace back up through the neck, which is also relaxed, and back into the brain, you find that the brain itself is also quieting down. All the mental activity reduced to practically a standstill. The body gradually getting even heavier and heavier, so when the observer looks at it, it's as though it just sunk right into the ground, so heavy it was. It just went deeper and deeper and deeper, pushing right through the ground and beyond, going right down. So we're being pushed right to the core of the earth, where there's a big heat forming. Now the body's out of the consciousness of the mind, but you keep on seeing that orb of heat and fire at the core of the earth, and it's coming up. It's warming the earth from the inside, so it reaches the earth, and all the creatures of the earth feel that warmth. Stay connected to the earth, all its beings. Love all beings. We cultivate the love through the practice, through the imitation, their imitation through the forms, the asanas. And as a result, we cultivate a love for all experiences, whether they be difficult or pleasant, because they all teach us something. Everything is perfect. Everything rolls out exactly the way we need to in order to derive a lesson from it and to become more spiritually correct. Love all experiences, love all beings. When we become unaffected by the experiences, and when we love all beings, this is a sign of attaining self-realization, being undisturbed and unfazed by whatever circumstances we're passing through, and when we become unconditionally loving towards all. Now make ready to carry that mission out, or that intention out into the world, off your mat and into your daily life. prepare to come out of Shavasana. Start to become once again aware of the body. Feel as though you're dropping back into the body. Reacquaint yourself with it. Awaken the senses. Awaken the body, and then come back to seated position in a mindful and quiet way. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. Namaste. Thank you very much for coming. So next week and possibly the week after, I'm on travel status. I had to take a trip for work, so I will not be able to teach because I'm working on Saturdays as well. So I do have something going on Sunday through Zoom. So these are the charging practice classes. If you'd like to join them, let me know and I'll send you the link on how to access it. It's from 8:45 to 10:30. So it's a very beautiful practice, and yeah, I hope you consider joining me if you're available. Thank you so much. Namaste.